right, good morning and welcome to my living room. My name's Allie and we will take a gentle flow this morning. So we should be around 45 minutes and we will go ahead and get started on our backs. You can have your legs extended long as if you're in Shavasana. You can take your feet wide on your mat and drop your knees in towards each other. Or you can take your soles of feet together, dropping those knees out wide. So it's nice to take a few moments here at the beginning of our practice to settle in. Maybe we rushed to get here this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. So begin to deepen and lengthen those inhales and exhales. Maybe taking one hand to the belly and one to the heart to help you feel that connection with the body, feeling the chest, the belly rise and fall with the breath. Noticing if on the exhales you can relax the body a bit. As you begin to really settle into this space. Noticing if by slowing down the mind, you start to, slow down the breath, you also start to slow down the mind a bit. Maybe finding some clarity in those rushing thoughts. So taking a scan of the body, the physical body, just take notice of how everything's feeling today. Wanting to remain gentle with yourself, your body, doing what feels best for you. It may be different than what felt best yesterday. So accepting where your body is today. We change constantly, day to day, morning to night. Taking a moment to remember that we want to stay connected with the breath throughout our practice, using the breath to help us find focus, find release, relaxation. So, as I said, it can be a more gentle practice, or you can always take options to make it a little more vigorous for you. We will be moving. So doing what, again, you can and what feels best. As you're ready, extend both legs out long if they're not already. Reach the arms up overhead. Maybe interlace those fingers and flip the palms away from you. Point the toes. Give yourself a nice big full body stretch. And keep that left leg out long as you bring the right knee in toward the chest. Take the hands around that right shin. Let's flex both feet. So toes are pointing toward the sky. Right knee can be in toward the chest or falling open to that right shoulder. Really squeezing in, feeling a bit of compression on that hip if it feels okay. Maybe roll the right ankle a few times, point and flex the foot. And we'll reach the right hand for the outside of the right foot, shin or thigh, as we extend the right foot toward the sky, pressing that knee toward the earth. The left hand can gently anchor the left hip, leg down as we open up into our half happy baby. Breathing, feeling that nice stretch, openness. And let's bend that left leg, plant the left foot down as we cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, keeping that right foot flexed. You can stay right here or hug that left leg in as you lift the left foot. Interlace those fingers around the left shin or thigh. Maybe use the right arm to gently put some pressure against that right leg. to feel a little bit of a different sensation on that stretch of the outer right hip. And try to notice that that neck is long. So maybe the chin is slightly tucked in. Notice if you're holding any tension in the jaw, the shoulders, the neck, anything you can release on the exhale. And we'll keep that left leg in as we release the right. Extend that right leg out long. Again, take a moment to flex both feet, toes toward the sky, actively engaging those legs. That left knee can be in toward the chest or falling open slightly toward the left shoulder. And then maybe take some ankle rolls, circles in both directions with that left foot. Pointing and flexing, maybe cracking like I am. And we'll start to reach that left hand for the outside of the left foot, shin or thigh, as we send that foot toward the sky, drawing that knee closer to the earth, maybe using that right hand to gently anchor that right side down. Breathing. And bend that right leg, plant the right foot on the earth as you cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Again, keeping that left foot flexed, maybe staying here, or maybe starting to lift that right foot as you hug the right leg in, interlacing those fingers around the shin or thigh. And this may be enough. This is a deep stretch, or you can try to change that sensation as you gently use that left elbow to press on that left leg. Again, noticing if there's any tension in the back of the neck, shoulders, jaw, anything you can release on your exhale. And release that left leg. Hug both knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. You can roll side to side for a moment, or roll the knees in circles so that that low back is rolling out on the earth. And go in the opposite direction. And to come up to our seat, you can either press yourself up, or we'll take some spinal rolls if you would like to take your hands behind the thighs and start to gently roll a few times on that spine, back and forth, until coming to your easy seated cross-leg position. We'll take a moment here to close the eyes, to settle in. Palms can be face up or down, noticing that those sit bones are rooting into the earth, sitting up out of the hips. Our spine is tall, long. And take a nice big inhale through the nose. And let's sigh it out, release through the mouth. Exhale, release. Let's inhale those arms up overhead, reach the fingers up high, maybe take your gaze up to the fingertips. Hands touch, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand to the earth as you reach that left arm up and over, bending through that right elbow, maybe gazing up under that left arm. Feeling the expansion through those left ribs. Inhale, both arms up through center. And exhale, left hand to the earth next to you, reaching that right arm up and over. Again, maybe gazing up under that right arm, bending as much as you need to in that right elbow. Left elbow. And inhale, both arms up through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee, right hand just behind the low back. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale as you twist. Full breath. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand just behind that low back. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale as you twist. Doesn't need to be super deep. We are still warming up that spine. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and begin to fold forward. Allow the fingers to reach the earth so you can stay lifted with the gaze, the chest shooting forward, or if it feels okay, you can release, rounding through the head, the upper back. Trying to keep both sit bones grounded. With each exhale, maybe reaching a bit further with the fingertips. Let's walk the hands to the right. Maybe that left hand comes on top. Again, left sit bone stays grounded. And hands walk through center over to the left. Maybe the right hand comes on top of the left. And center. Gently walk those hands back in toward the body, coming up through your seat. We will make our way into our tabletop. So taking a moment to find your flat back, to stack the hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists, fingers are spread wide, core is engaged, back is flat. If you'd like, you can walk those hands out an inch or two to take any pressure off the wrists, or even turn the hands out toward the sides. So just finding that position for you. Inhale as you drop the belly, send the tail and the gaze up for cow. And exhale, round the spine, pressing the earth away for cat. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, round. So take a few more on your own, moving with your own breath at your own pace. And really exaggerating the movements here as you, again, warm up, mobilize that spine. Noticing the connection of the body and the breath. After your next cat, come back to your tabletop, flat back. And we'll take a spinal balance here. So we will straighten out that left leg and lift the toes up off the earth, flexing that foot back, engaging the core. If you'd like, you can reach that right arm out in front, finding some length from that left foot all the way to those right fingertips. Finding your breath, your stability. And today we will take those out to the side. So on your exhale, take the left leg out to the left, right arm to the right. And back through center. Out. Center. Out. Center. Release the right hand, bend the left leg so that foot is flexed toward the sky, pressing up. You can stay right here. If you'd like, you can start to inhale, reach that right arm up and back around for the left foot. And so if you take a hold of the foot, find a little bit of an arch in the spine, as if you're in cow pose. But also feeling a nice stretch through the right shoulder, through that left quad. Keep breathing. And release back to your tabletop. One round of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. And exhale, round. Back to tabletop as we prepare to switch sides. So extending that right leg long behind, flexing that foot back. So you can do this by keeping the left hand on the ground or lifting it. Engaging that core, finding that length, that breath. And left arm to the left, right leg to the right. And in, out, in, out, in. Release that left hand, bend the right leg, keeping that foot flexed as you send it toward the sky. And again, you can stay right here or lift that left arm once again, reaching for the right foot. As you gently press that foot into the hand, arch the spine, keep that neck soft, breathe, and release. Tabletop. Let's begin to make our way into down dog as we start to lift the knees, send the torso, the heart back toward the thighs, and then start to press that tailbone toward the sky. So you can pedal out through the feet here, bending one leg and then the other. Fingers are still spread wide. I'm trying to take any pressure off of the wrists. You can slightly curl those fingertips or think about putting the pressure between the thumb and first finger. And let's walk those feet to meet the hands at the top of our mat or space. Take a ragdoll fold here as you deeply bend the knees. Maybe grasp opposite elbows and take a gentle sway. Allowing the head, the neck to be completely heavy. Maybe feeling a release through the neck, through the upper back, the low back, the legs, all of the above. And gently release those fingers to the earth, and we'll start to slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way to stand in our mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a moment here to close the eyes, to really notice the body, the stance. Notice as all four corners of your feet ground into the earth. As you lift your kneecaps and engage your quads. Think about the tailbone going down and the core engaged and going up. Shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head high, palms face forward or at your sides, whatever feels best for your shoulders. Thinking about how, when you really pay attention to this standing pose, how much different your posture, your body feels. As you find your power pose, your confidence, strength, power. Inhale the arms up overhead. Maybe take the gaze to the fingertips. If you'd like, you can exhale and slightly back bend, gazing up. Inhale back through center, hands touch. Exhale, hands to heart. So we'll take a few sundials here. So inhale the arms back up overhead. And then bend the arms at the, at the elbows. I think that's the only place we can bend the arms. Reach for either opposite elbows, forearms, wrists. And then on an exhale, we will lean to the right and start to slowly come all the way down, circling down over that right leg and through center, almost back into that ragdoll. And then leading up that left side, coming all the way back up to stand. So we'll do that 2 more times to the right, and then we'll do it 3 times to the left. You can go at your own pace. If this is too much, if it makes you dizzy, you can always stay in your mountain, inhaling those arms up overhead and taking side bends, and then a more traditional fold forward. Otherwise, really feel that stretch through the sides. As you fold forward, rounding, releasing, rising back up. Once you get to center after that third one, if you're choosing to do them, switch directions as you exhale to the left. And after we all finish 3, we will meet back in our standing mountain pose. And trying to wake up the sides of the body. And getting more movement through that spine. And following the breath. So again, once you are finished, you can come back with your hands to your sides. Breathing, maybe closing the eyes. We'll inhale the arms up. And exhale, press the air away as you hinge at the hips, begin to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs as you find a flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, coming into a runner's lunge. And then we'll drop that left knee to the earth as we inhale the arms up, overhead, or a low crescent moon lunge. Again, reaching those fingers up high. Exhale, bend at the elbows again, cactus open those arms. As you squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe send your gaze up for a slight back bend. Inhale and exhale, hands frame that right foot as you start to straighten out that right leg. Coming into a bit of a half split here. Hands can stay framing that foot, or you can walk the hands closer to the body. And that right foot can stay grounded, or you can take the toes to the sky. Inhale up onto those fingertips for a halfway lift, and then exhale as you fold over that straight right leg. And breathe into that nice stretch on the back of the right leg. Gently rebend into the leg, framing the foot with the hands. We'll curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, and then send that right leg back behind you, coming into a 3-legged dog. So that right leg is lifted. You can always be in a traditional dog with that foot down if you prefer. We will shift forward with the upper body, bring that right knee toward the nose for a bit of core warm up, and send that right leg back up high. And come forward, right knee toward the nose. Drop that right foot back between the hands. Coming back to that runner's lunge, ground the left hand as you inhale the right arm up. Right fingers toward the sky, coming into a dragonfly twist to the right. You can always drop that left knee to the earth. Wherever you are, stay strong with that left hand, trying not to collapse in that left shoulder. And exhale, right hand down. Slowly, gently, if you need to take steps, you can. Bring that left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that right foot back. Runner's lunge. And take that right knee to the earth. As you inhale, the arms up overhead. Reaching those fingers high. Reaching out, up out of those hips. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Squeeze those shoulders together, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands frame the left foot as you slowly begin to straighten that left leg. Again, foot can stay grounded, or you can take the toes to the sky. You can walk those hands wherever you need to as you inhale up onto those fingertips. And exhale, folding, releasing, breathing. And we'll start to rebend, walking those hands forward. Curl the right toes under, lift that right knee, and then send that left leg back and up behind you for three-legged dog if you choose. Exhale, shift forward, bring that left knee toward the nose, and send it back up. Shifting forward, knee to nose, and step that left foot through, grounding that right hand down as we inhale the left arm up. Again, you can always drop that right knee to the earth. Exhale, left hand to the earth, and bring that right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And take a moment of breath. Resettle, recenter. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that left foot back. Runner's lunge. This time we are coming right into a high crescent lunge. So you can take the hands to that right thigh or inhale the arms all the way up toward the sky. Take a moment here to adjust your stance. So feet are more like on railroad tracks instead of a tightrope. Feet might be wide, or you might take the feet closer together to shorten that stance. Trying not to hunch those shoulders up by the ears. So just making tiny adjustments with each pose that you come into. We'll take an open arm twist to the right as we exhale that right arm down in front and around. So twisting with that core, right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Arms are at a T. Inhale, both arms back up through center toward the sky. Exhale, lower the hands to the low back and interlace those fingers. Again, squeezing the shoulder blades to open up through the heart to the chest, maybe gaze up. And exhale, gently begin to hinge at the hips as we fold forward, taking that right shoulder toward the right knee. The hands can stay at the low back. They can go toward the sky to feel a bit of a shoulder stretch. Or if that doesn't work, they can always frame that right foot on the earth. If they are lifted, first gently take the hands back toward that low back, then release the fingers as you frame the right foot. And we'll come into a standing split here as we ground into the right foot. Start to gently pop that left foot up. So left foot can be at a hover or you can be at a standing L. Maybe walk those hands back to draw the upper body closer to that standing right leg. Gently release the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. And slightly bend the knees. Inhale, circle, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, you can always take a moment of breath. Recenter here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Taking that flow on the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that right foot back. Runner's lunge. Hands to the thigh, or inhale those arms right up overhead. And take that moment to find your stance, to separate the feet wider, to bring the feet closer together. Find your balance, your breath, your strength, your stability. And we'll take that open arm twist as we exhale. That left arm comes down in front and sweeps around. As we twist toward the left. Left arm back, right arm forward, maybe gazing back at those left fingertips. And inhale both arms back up through center, reaching those fingers high. Exhale, hands meet at the low back. Maybe find the opposite interlace of the fingers this time, so awkward thumb on top. As you inhale and maybe take that gaze up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward, left shoulder toward that left knee. Hands to the low back, to the sky, or to the earth. And breathing. If those hands are toward the sky, first release them to the low back before releasing the fingers to frame that left foot. Grounding down into that left foot here, we will pop that right leg, right foot up. As we find some strength, some balance in that left leg. Maybe walking those hands back to try and draw the upper body closer to the left leg. And gently release that right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. Resettle. From here, let's step that left foot back behind us, bringing the left foot parallel to the back of our mat, and then maybe gently take that heel out a bit as those toes come in a little bit. We'll come right into a warrior two as we bend into the right leg. Arms come to a T. So taking a moment again, you can always fidget in your shapes to find your stance. Notice that the four corners of your feet are grounding down. Notice that right knee is going toward the pinky toe side of the foot. Maybe with an exhale, you bend a bit deeper into that right leg. Feeling that strength all the way up the legs, core, the arms, the mind, and the breath. Let's flip that right palm toward the sky as we reverse. Left arm down that left leg, right arm reaches up overhead. And start to straighten that right leg. And we'll make our way to triangle as we bring our arms back to a T. Maybe bring that back foot in a bit if needed, kicking those hips toward the left as we reach the right fingers forward. And drop those right fingers to the right shin, thigh, maybe the earth, maybe a block, maybe a book, maybe a chair. Left fingers toward the sky. Feel like you are against a wall here, that upper body. So we're not collapsing forward. And then we'll inhale both arms up toward the sky, coming into a 5-pointed star as you pivot those right toes toward the long end of your mat. And then both feet, you can send the toes a little bit out. So we're in like an X shape with our body. Bring those hands to touch above the head. Exhale, prayer squat, bending through those legs. Hands come to heart center. Spine is nice and tall. Breathing. And let's do a little bit of strength and balance as we lift that right heel, coming onto the right ball of the foot. Breathing. Release that right heel, lift the left. Release that left heel. You can stay here or lift both heels. You may notice that you may not lift quite as high when we're doing both. That's okay, we're almost finished. Release both, inhale up tall, 5-pointed star, reach those fingers up high. Hands touch, exhale, hands to heart. And let's come into our warrior two toward the back of our mat. So we're just turning our toes, our feet, left toes toward the back of the mat, right foot parallel, but a little bit pointing in toward the top of your mat. Arms to a T, start to bend into that left leg, gazing over those left fingers. Again, really paying attention to your body, your stance. Left knee is strong. The upper body isn't leaning too far toward that left leg. You're really tall with that upper body. Flip that left palm toward the sky and reverse. Right arm down that right leg, left arm reaches overhead. Straighten that left leg. Set up for triangle, arms to a T. Maybe that back foot pops in a bit as you kick the hips toward the right. Reach those left fingers forward and left fingers to the shin, the thigh, the earth, wherever. And right fingers to the sky. Not too much weight in that left hand. We're really using the core to help us here. Inhale, both arms up, come back up into that 5-pointed star. So adjusting those feet so both toes are facing out. Hands touch. Exhale, prayer squat. Bending through the legs, hands to heart center. And we're just holding it here this time. And let's release those hands to the thighs. Thumbs to the inner thigh, fingers toward the outer thigh. You can allow those shoulders to hike up a bit this time. And on our exhale, we'll drop the left shoulder towards center as we gaze over the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, drop that right shoulder in. Gaze over the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, slide those hands down. Come into a wide leg forward fold. You can pivot, adjust those feet so that the feet are each parallel to the short end of the mat. Fingers can stay on the earth here. Head is heavy. We'll take a half lift, just coming up onto the fingertips and finding that flat back. Exhale, fold and release. Setting up for a twist as we plant that left hand just below the face. Inhale the right arm up. Twisting to the right, right fingers reach toward the sky. Exhale, switching sides, right hand plants down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, release. You can take your hands to your hips or use the core as you slightly bend the knees and inhale all the way back up. 5-pointed star. Hands come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll simply step back toward the top of our mat. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Start to bend through the knees, dropping the hips, lifting those heels again, coming onto the balls of our feet for a toe squat balance. So fingers can stay on the earth or you can take the hands up through prayer. As you build a bit of strength through the ankles, the feet. Spine is long. Breath is still deep and full. And gently release those hands to the earth and come onto your seat. let's take one boat pose. So we will, knees are toward the sky, lift those feet up. Hands can stay next to the hips, to the backs of the thighs, or you can reach those fingers toward the feet. As you engage the core and breathe. And then we will gently take a low boat as we begin to hover the legs and the shoulders, the arms above the earth, an inch or two. Again, that core is engaged. And release all the way down to your back. Hug those knees into the chest. Maybe take a gentle rock from side to side. And then we will take a twist. So plant those feet back down on the earth. Knees are toward the sky. You can either drop those knees toward the right, or if you would like, you can cross the left leg over the right. Maybe even taking a double bind, wrapping that foot around the left foot around the right calf. Arms come to a T, hips an inch or two to the left as you gently start to drop the legs to the right. Maybe take your gaze left. And close the eyes. Settle in, finding your twist. So again, legs can be stacked, wrapped, crossed. Trying to keep those shoulders grounded. Breathing. Gently come back through center. Unwrap, unwind, recenter the hips. And taking whichever side you would like here. Again, either dropping those knees to the left or crossing the right leg over the left. Maybe wrapping that right foot around the left calf. Hips an inch or two to the right as we slowly and gently begin to drop toward the left. Maybe take that head toward the right. And breathe. Coming up through center. Unwrap, unwind. Take a breath, hug those knees in. If you'd like, you can take a full happy baby here as you reach the hands for the outside of the feet, shins or thighs, or reach the first and middle finger for the big toes. As you draw the knees toward the earth, feet toward the sky, trying to keep that tailbone grounded, keeping those shoulders grounded so the entire length of the spine is rooted toward the earth. And maybe take a gentle sway side to side here. If you'd like, you can straighten out one leg and then the other. As you are ready, begin to bring those knees into the chest and start to extend out long as you find your final resting pose, Shavasana. Closing the eyes. Again, finding what works here for you. You can take those feet, those legs wide on your mat. Arms can be at your sides or more out to a T. Start to allow your body to deepen into your mat with each exhale, becoming heavy. Maybe roll the head from side to side to find a nice neutral spot in which to rest. Maybe roll those shoulders under. And soften through the temples. Separate the teeth and unclench the jaw. Relaxing through the throat, the neck, the shoulders, all the way down the arms to the fingers. Belly is soft, the breath is natural. Relaxing the low back, the glutes, all the way down the legs to your toes. Allowing yourself these moments of restoration and relaxation as you find the stillness to just be. Slowly begin to deepen your breath as you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, making circles with the wrists and the ankles, coming back into full awareness with the body, the breath, the mind. Maybe take those arms up overhead for a big full body stretch. When you're ready, you can bring the knees to the chest and roll over to your favorite side in sleeping child's pose as you rest your head in your bicep pillow, taking a few more grounding breaths, as well as a moment of gratitude for taking the time to come to your mat today, taking the time for your breath, your body, your mind. A moment of gratitude for your day that lies ahead, for all the blessings in your life, big and small, for your loved ones, for all the good there is in the world. Taking a moment to know that you play a part in that goodness through your love, compassion, and kindness towards not only others, but also yourself. And when you're ready, gently begin to press yourself up into your easy seated position, trying to keep the eyes closed. Once again, connecting to the breath and remembering the restorative effects that it can have on your mind and body. Knowing you can come back to these breaths of awareness at any time throughout your day to help find a sense of peace, clarity, and presence. And let's inhale the arms up overhead. Hands touch, exhale, hands to heart center. May there be compassion in your thoughts. May there be kindness in your words and actions. And may there be love and peace in your hearts. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope everyone has a wonderful day moving forward.